Hey guys! Today we are going to be talking about what to do if a child is crying and upset at drop-off. So sometimes that happens. Some kids, especially kids who are visiting for the very first time, can be a little upset and nervous when their parents are dropping them off to the class. So let's chat about some options of things that we can do to help make the child comfortable and to make the parent comfortable. So let's start off with the younger kids. The toddlers and the kindergarten kids are probably the two age groups where you're most likely to find this scenario, where a child is crying and is emotional when they're being dropped off. And this can happen for a number of reasons, especially if it's their first time. It's likely that they're just nervous and they're scared of the unknown. They are in a new place with new people who they don't know, new kids they don't know, in a room they've never been in, and they're probably not sure how long they're going to be left there and what is going to happen once their parents leave them. So our job as volunteers is to try to help the child to feel more comfortable and to sort of dispel some of those fears and concerns that they might have. So a great thing to do right away is to get down to eye level and introduce yourself. Say, "Hi, I'm Miss Pam," or whatever your name is, and ask the child, "What's your name?" Right away then, that kind of helps to bridge that gap of, "I'm a stranger, we don't know each other." Now they know your name and they know that you're a friendly face. And then I always try to engage them in some way with something personal to them. So if there's a little girl wearing a purple dress, I'll say, "I love your dress, purple's my favorite color too." Or if a little boy has a Lightning McQueen on his shirt, I'll say, "Wow, I love the movie Cars, Lightning McQueen's my favorite," or something like that, just to try to break the ice with them. And then a great distraction for kids, I find the two most effective things in the classroom you can use are bubbles and Play-Doh. Those seem to be winning things for that age child. So if they're kind of upset and crying, you can say, "Hey, come and look at this. We've got some bubbles in here. Do you want to blow some bubbles?" Or, "Come on, look at this cool Play-Doh. Can I build something with you with the Play-Doh?" And you can try to engage them in that way. Or if you see that something catches their eye, like if the kitchen center catches their eye or the car track catches their eye, really go with that and say, "Oh yeah, look at this. This is going to be so fun." And then another thing we can do too is to explain to them, especially with the kindergarten kids, explain to them what the morning's gonna look like. So you can say to them, "Hey, Mom and Dad are gonna leave you in here to play with us for a little bit, and guess what we're gonna do? It's so fun. We have a story time, we have an awesome craft time, you get to play in a play park, we're gonna have some games in here, a yummy snack, and then Mom or Dad are gonna be coming back to pick you up." And if you can explain to them the schedule for the day, that can help them to feel less nervous, wondering what's going to happen in this strange room that they've never been in before. Sometimes, occasionally, the child will be really hysterical and those tactics won't work. You can't even communicate with them. You can't even speak to them because they're so upset. Those things do happen. So then you're going to turn your attention to the parent. Something we never want to do is to leave a parent standing there frustrated and embarrassed and unsure with a crying, hysterical child, and we're doing nothing to help. So right away, have one volunteer just stick with that parent and see the situation through from beginning to end, whatever that looked like. And a great way to solve those types of problems is with options. So something is going to be different for every family that's going to make the child comfortable and that's going to make the parent comfortable. So our job as volunteers is to give the parent and the family some options. So for example, if a child is really crying, one of the things I like to offer to parents is to say, if you'd like to try to leave him or her in here and see if they'll do okay once you leave, you're totally welcome to do that. And if they're still crying in 10 minutes, we'll page your number and you can come back for them. Because some kids are like that, when as soon as their parents are out of sight, they just turn those waterworks right off. And some parents know that their kids are like that. And if they know that we feel comfortable with that, then they're comfortable with that. So that's something I like to offer. If it seems like the parent is not comfortable leaving the child, which is totally fine too, then it's a great idea to offer for them to come on in and just say, hey, you know what? If you want to come on in and hang out with us for a bit and stay with your child and try to help ease them into it, that's great. And then if they want to try to sneak out once their child is distracted and settled, that's awesome. Or even if they want to spend their whole first morning just checking it out and helping their child to feel comfortable, that's totally fine too. So the most important thing is just to talk it through, right? And to give them some options, like what can we do to help? What would make you most comfortable and what would make your child most comfortable? Now, if we move on to the senior kids, a lot of times you don't find them crying as much because they're already going to school. They're used to kind of that separation from mom and dad. They're used to a classroom setting. But you can often still see some visible nerves with those older kids where they're unsure. It's scary to go into a group of kids where you're the new kid and you don't know what the expectations are and you don't know what it's going to be like. So again, I think the most important thing is to introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Miss Pam. What's your name? And get to know each other. And then I find the very best thing you can do is to take that new child and to walk with them right over to another child that can be their friend. Like you're gonna choose their friend for them this morning to take that pressure off of them. We all know as leaders a couple of the kids who come regularly and they're super friendly and super confident, and you can think in your head they would be a great match to kind of help a newer kid. So I do that almost every week. When there's a new child, I'll bring them over and say, hey, Sarah, this is Emily. This is her very first week. Do you mind if she sits with you? And you can kind of show her around today. And always that other child's like, sure, that's great. And it's nice for them to have an opportunity too to help a new kid to feel comfortable. So that's a really great option. And then just to be aware during the morning, to be aware to make sure that they're included, that they're never kind of sitting by themselves. And if you do see them sort of awkwardly unsure at one moment, just make sure to come alongside them and answer their questions or let them know what we're doing. And just remember that they might not be used to all of our routines. So it's good to maybe walk them through some things and say, yeah, so the kids bring their Bibles and then they earn bucks for this. Or we have a Bible verse that we learn every month, and if you learn it, you can earn points for this. And just kind of familiarize them with the routine that we're all so used to doing in there. But the amazing thing is I actually already see so many of you leaders doing this already just naturally, which is so great because you guys are amazing and you're so great with the kids. And so this is more just a refresher for some of you, but these are all great tips to keep in mind, that we're always focusing on making everyone feel comfortable and just being aware that everyone is different, and our job is just to say, what can I do to make this morning awesome for you and to make you feel really comfortable? So that's it for today. If you have any questions about this or you have any tips that you use in the class that have helped, just leave them in the comments below or send me an email. Okay? Thanks, guys. Bye.